Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Jamono Media and Products. It's your news review time. We now begin with our headlines. Police get first ever female spokesperson. Kanifing Municipal Council Mayor launches $24 million modern library project. The Police Intervention Unit officers stormed disputed market in Salaji. 2022 was results announced. Man arrested for allegedly killing uncle. Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry set for annual general meeting. Those were the headlines. We now have the news in detail. Cades ASP Bintan Jai has been appointed as the new public relations officer of the Gambia Police Force. She replaced Superintendent Lamin Jai. He can confirm that Cades ASP Bintan Jai, who recently returned from studies in Nigeria, has been appointed PRO of the Gambia Police Force. She replaced Superintendent Lamin Jai, who has been redeployed to the Community Policing Unit of the Forces as Deputy Commander. Deputy PRO Jabanka told the Standard she is the first ever woman to be mouthpiece of the Gambia Police, a feat praised by her predecessors. David Kujabi, a former police spokesperson who served in the position of 4 years, described Binta as brilliant and articulate. He do not doubt Binta's capability of efficiently handling the positions of the police PRO, and he urged the entire police force to give her the indeed support, Mr. Kujabi told the Standard. For their counter, another former spokesperson land Ms. Njai for her elevation and advise her to emulate the predecessors. I know you can do it because you were with us with behind the scenes putting me through. Please emulate the efficient work of PRO Superintendent Lamin Jai and PRO Superintendent David Kujabi, who were superb and excellent through their tenure, Conte wrote on his Facebook. Meanwhile, Inspector Ali Jamanka, the Deputy PRO, has been promoted to Chief Inspector of the Gambia Police Force and remains as the Deputy Spokesperson of the police. Talib Ahmed Bensouda, the mayor of Kanifing Municipal Council, on Thursday, August 18, 2022, laid the foundation stone for construction of a modern library worth $45 million. The construction of the library has been awarded to Bajam Enterprise Limited within 12 months. The breakthrough is the initiation of the Kanifing Environmental Transformation Project, KEPT, funded by the European Union and implemented by KMC in partnership with Peterborough City in London. KEPT Transformation Project is using a sustainable focus on new integrated waste management approaches to drive environmental, social, and economic transformation in Kanifing. The event was attended by ambassadors of UK, France, EU representative to the Gambia, party leader of the United Democratic Party, and dignitaries from area councils. Speaking at a ceremony held in the Kanifing Multipurpose Center, Mayor Bensouda said the laying of a foundation stone for Kanifing Municipal Library and Innovation Hub is a first of its kind in the municipality and first ever municipality library to be built in this country. He alluded that Kanifing Municipality hosts most of the tertiary educational institutions in the Gambia, such as the University of the Gambia, the American University, GTTI, and MDI, as well as other professional training centers. In responding to the needs of their community, his administration initiated and planned to build a municipal library, he said. This, he added, will be a safe, calm, and inspiring place for the children, youth, and entrepreneurs to have access to knowledge. The Kanifing Municipal Mayor noted that the library is a start of art sustainable building to minimize negative environmental impact. Bensouda said the reason for prioritizing building a library is because it will impact positively on the lives of children and students. He said the upcoming generation can exploit their intellectual capacities by having access to a modern library that includes learning facilities equipped with a reliable, super fast internet and latest tools for research and innovation. To add more value to this venture, next year Kanifing Municipal Council will add a cultural center including a 500-seater auditorium, also to be less likely to be located at the suite, which will cost an additional $40 million. The project budget for this combined complex is over $81 million, he said. He acknowledged the founder of the project for funding the program and also commended all the staff of Kanifing Municipal Council and the municipality for their support. European Union representative to the Gambia, Ms. Brown, said the EU-Gambia partnership has helped deliver important development goals for the country, including paving nearly 50% of the Gambia Road Network project funded by the EU. Ms. Brown said EU is supporting Kanifing Municipality with an approved amount of $180 million in transformation program KEPT, a three-year program which will focus on waste management, tree planting, and part management. The project helps to foster peer-to-peer exchange between Kanifing and Peterborough to transfer best practices between both cities towards achievement of the SDGs, she said. She said that building of a library will help boost the educational level of the community and the Gambia at large, adding that the library will serve as a center for enabling cross-fertilization of ideas, creating a circular economy. The director of National Library, Bakari Sanyang, said the construction of a model library within a municipality is an important step towards achieving a greater goal when it comes to education. He called on the council to consider community and schools within the jurisdiction of the library, while urging students and users of the library to make the best use of the opportunity. Aliu Nyan, project director of Kanifing Environmental Transformation Project, KEPT, said the building of a modern library will help in the learning system. He noted that KEPT project will fully be implemented as planned and what needs to be done will be achieved. He expressed his profound gratitude to the EU for the supporting what he called a great initiative. Barely a days gone by when Fourier reported a story of women vendors in Salaji calling for the Birkama Area Council to help resolve their ongoing market dispute. Armed personnel of the police intervention unit stormed the disputed market and asked the vendors to leave. The PIU officers said they were acting under orders, and the vendors said the officer refused to disclose where they got their orders from. The women vendors, who were taken by surprise by officers from the Department of Physical Planning, who demolished their canteens and tables, were again served with the letters of notice by the same department for another demolition that will be carried out at the new place they are. However, they are now grappling with social protection from the state itself. It was on Sunday morning, 14th August 2022, when Bintu Koli and her colleague vendors came to their former place and noticed the presence of paramilitary officers occupying their market. They were not allowed to sell their goods by a team of officers. They said they got orders to remove them from their market. They had a tough push and pull with them until one of them threatened to use tear gas against them. They later decided to go to the other side opposite the former place, he explained. During the push and pull, Collins said there was an officer who took her cell phone from her, accusing her of making photos and filming them. She claimed the officer could throw her phone on the ground after saying nothing. She said the vendors were not pleased with the way the officers handled the situation, saying they were threatened as if they were street dogs. She said they reported the matter to Bruceby Police Station regarding the conduct of the officers. That officers at the station noted their complaints and later referred them to the police headquarters in Banjul. On Monday, Kole explained that they found another section of armed forces with their seniors. She added that other senior immediately left the place with his junior officers after sympathizing with their situation. Another section came with their senior when they are now selling opposite the former place. The police intervention unit officers have forced them to leave, and they will not leave the matter like that until the authorities do what they want, she said. Koli continue speaking on behalf of her colleagues, renewed their call on the Brikama Area Council, urging them to address the market dispute. She urged the council to build the market where they want it, saying that they will not make any profit if it is put outside the village. Meanwhile, the police spokesperson, Superintendent Lamin Jai, was contacted for comments on the matter after vendors alleged that PIU officers guarded the disputed market land claimed to be a reserve land, intimidated and harassed them. Jai promised to find out from their regional commander and get back to them. Brikama Area Council's Chief Executive Officer was told about Salaji vendors' plea. He still maintained council's position for not getting involved in the matter until they are formally noticed by the Physical Planning Department. It could be recalled that Momodu Manjang, Director of Physical Planning, earlier today in an interview that the demolished market is a state reserve land which has been allocated to Nawek. He indicated that another place was identified for the women to use as a market, which he said developments were currently taking place in the area. He made this assertion at his office in Banjul while responding to accusations and claims made by Usman Bojam, who claimed to be the rightful person of the state land used as a market and now demolished. But Brikama Area Council CEO said they were not formally notified by the Department of Physical Planning that a piece of land has been allocated to Salaji residents to be used as a market. He declined to make further comments on the matter until they formally notified. Press release said that the West African Examination Council Banjul office is pleased to announce the release of results of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination WASC for Senior Secondary Schools Candidates 2022. A total of 15,360 candidates from 136 senior secondary schools registered for the examination. This represents a decrease in candidature of 5.38% over the previous year's entry figure of 16,234 candidates. Out of the 15,360 candidates that registered for the examination this year, 6,319, 41.14% were male, while 9,041, 58.86% were female. In the 2022 WASC for school candidates, the Gambian candidates registered in 32 subjects, which included English language, mathematics, and a host of science, arts, commerce, technical, and vocational subjects. 605 candidates, 3.94%, obtained credit passes in 5 subjects and above, including English language and mathematics. On a gender basis, 316, 5.00% male candidates have 5 credit passes and above, in which English language and mathematics are included, while 289, 3.20% female candidates had 5 credits and above, in which English language and mathematics are included. A summary of the performance in WASC for Senior Secondary Schools 2022 in terms of the number of credits and passes obtained and the percentage candidates that obtained such candidates of 5 credits on behalf of the chairman and registrar to council. He hired of National Office visits to register the council's profound appreciation of the immense support rendered by the Gambia government through the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. In a similar vein, the council also recognizes and appreciates the fruitful efforts of other stakeholders, including its esteemed examiners, principals of senior secondary schools, as well as the Conference of Principals of Senior Secondary Schools, GAMCOP, who immensely contributed to the successful conduct of the examination. The release ends. Police in Bundung arrested Tyrus Suware, 23, for allegedly stabbing one Seku Bayo, 36, who believed to be his uncle. The incident happened on Friday night in Latrikunda, Sabiji. A visibly grief-stricken relative of the deceased, Lamin Sano, told the Standard Seku was stabbed in the chest with scissors. According to Mr. Sano, they rushed the victim to Serekunda Health Center with a police escort, where he was profound dead, and the suspect arrested by the police on Saturday morning. Meanwhile, the Standard was contacted the police spokesperson, Superintendent Lamin Jai, who said he would find out more details about the incident. May the soul of the deceased rest in peace. The Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry has revealed its readiness to host its annual general meeting on the 2nd September 2022 at the Sir Dawda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center in Bijilo. This was revealed during a press conference held on Friday at its office complex in Bijilo, while they informed the public of the GCCI preparation of its schedule and annual general meetings. Different positions will be contested during the upcoming annual meeting. This will include the positions of presidents, vice presidents, treasurers, tourism, construction, real estate, large employment more than 100 staff as per Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation, agriculture, agri-industry, manufacturers, exporters, youth, 75% stakeholder owned by individuals below 30 years of age, importers, traders, retailers, MSMEs, transport, banking, insurance or financial services, GPA ex officio member, GIE GAIPA ex officio member, GCCI CEO. Speaking at a press conference, the former CEO of the GCCI, Almami Fandintal, unveiled that by their amendments in 2022 at Advisory Council was established by an organ of the GCCI. He added that it is with that regard past president of the GCCI, the past CEOs and the ex-officio members of the board of GCCI, the Advisory Council has been established to help GCCI, which is more than 50 years old, in its journey to be the voice and representation of the private sector. He disclosed that the notice period that is required for this element to be held has already been issued and published in the newspaper, and it is the 21st days. However, Tal mentioned that candidates eligible includes a fully paid up member of the chamber and must not have been in arrears on any other annual subscription fees within the 3 years before the date of the election. That any nominated member by a company must represent their employment audited financial statements, and in the case of an individual, a tax clearance for the same period will suffice. Any member who wishes to contest in the election for the office of the presidency of the GCCI, the vice president and the treasurer of the board of directors shall do so far by completing the prescribed nomination form, supported by the endorsement of 5 paid-up members of the chamber. Be informed. Abdullah M. Ture, former GCCI president, stated that the general meeting is the highest decision-making organ of the chamber, and it's vested the authority to consider and amend and order thought any decision made by any of the organs of the chamber, which the annual meeting is constituted in the general membership of the chamber. Those were the stories on the News Review Hour. But before we leave of you, let's take a recap of the headlines. Police get first ever female spokesperson. Kanifing Municipal Council Mayor launches $24 million modern library project. The Police Intervention Unit officers stormed disputed market in Salaji. 2022 was results announced. Man arrested for allegedly killing uncle. Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry set for annual general meeting. Those were the stories. Thank you for joining us with your presenter, Maria McGillen. Do have a nice weekend ahead.
Audio Jungle.